BigFix catch patch up, just a brief overview of what we talked about, and we looked at leveraging a catch patch up site to make sure your systems stay up to date with various baselines that you've created through the cycle of using BigFix. More videos, I'm not going through that, the videos are out there for it. This is just an overview of how the solution works and how it actually walks through entering the catch patch up site, increasing CPU, making sure the system can get its work done as efficiently as possible, running all the baselines and patches that you've collected over time, reboot the machine as needed, especially in the Windows environment, being able to decrease the CPU, set a flag as complete, and remove itself out of the site in an automated fashion. So as you have new machines come in, you make sure they reach the gold standard of your production environment. And as a visual example of this, we can see that we ad hoc and add machines to our catch patch up site. They will run through the various baselines over time, all of them running through it. And then from there, once it's done and ready to run, it's obviously could then do number 5, which automatically removes the machines from the catch patch up site, taking them back into the production environment so that you have offline media machines or machines that are just re-imaged back and ready to be enter the production environment at the same level as machines currently in your environment. So the real question now, or the purpose of this video, is how do we implement it? And that's what we're going to cover in now. Greetings, this is a follow-up to our catch patch up videos, which are referenced on the our site here. But this is an easy way to enable catch patch up where we created an installation script. So to start with, I want to show you my environment. This is my lab environment. I only have one particular account in here. If we notice my groups, I have a couple different groups in here, but nothing around catch patch up. Even looking at master action site. Various few fixlets in here that we've been playing with in this environment, but again, nothing around catch patch up. Go down to my custom sites, as we can see down here, and we have our CV security, our dashboard, a couple things again we're playing with, our Windows 10 adoption. We do have a patch site, but it has nothing to do with catch patch up. It's just some basic patching we were doing, and it's, again, as far as operators, we only have the one. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to where I have downloaded the script from the BigFixlets.me, and I extracted it just into a temp or transfer directory, temp directory, and there's a VB script in here, and if you try running it, it's going to tell you it needs a username. So in my environment, it's going to be admin, some type of password. Again, we'll make that so it asks you for it, doesn't leave it in there. And we actually need to have the server name, and in my case, this one in my test environment, CSG BF Bez1. This should run, and got the bad password. So again, even if we have a bad password in there, it's going to let us know that there's a bad password, and it's going to go in. We got logged in. The script runs incredibly quick, as you can see here, and it creates our site, creates our operator, creates the different groups we need, imports all of the fixlets that we need, and boom, it's done. So that's how quick we can create that catch patch up site, just by simply running the script. So back here in the console, notice, well, it created the user that we need. It left him intact with all the right permissions to run our catch patch up solution, which, by the way, you can customize to your heart's content later, but it did create it. If I go look at some of our groups, it created a new group for us that we're going to need for the catch patch up site. If I come down to my custom sites here, we notice here, look, we have a new catch patch up site for Windows. Tells us what it's doing for advanced patching up. It's showing even our computer subscription, which is done via ad hoc. That is what it is doing as far as the how the solution works is by ad hoc. It does add the WinPatch user to this, and its password is patchme. So it kind of created all these different pieces and parts we need. And if I go into the catch patch up site, I have my various fixlets that control catch patch up. So again, we can click on this. We have our kickout script that, if you remember how things work, it does use a custom variable, which is defined here. We use CSG underscore in anything we did custom. We want to make sure we don't hit anything in your environment if you use any of these words for managed properties or so forth. Again, you can edit these, but do be careful. My only reason for saying that is they are used throughout the fixlets. They are used in the relevancy and so forth. So you can certainly edit them, but you do have to make sure that if you do make a change to any of these, that you consistently do it through all the fixlets. So we have these. We have our analysis, the globally activated champion catch monitoring for catch patch up. And again, if you remember from the videos of the catch patch up site, this helps us control and give you reporting capabilities. How many missing patches, how many times the endpoint is rebooted in this workflow, how many patches are left, so you can gauge it, run it, create a web report out of it, all of these good things. And lastly, in the master action site, we also should have had 2 new catch patch up, and there they are right here. We have a couple champion catch patch up, and you can see the 4 of them that are right here. We did name them appropriately, so they're easy to find, and this kind of controls it from the master action site. When you're initiating catch patch up, this acts as that gatekeeper to get the machines to be inside the catch patch up site or not. So again, important to note, we do use CSG underscore in some of our variables. You can change that for your needs. However, just as I had indicated, if you do want to change that, either change the XML files before the fact or make sure you change it afterwards. So how does this work? We have a very simple, in our zip file, very simple VB script. As you notice, all I did is CSC script and ran it. And then there's some XML files, which you can edit these XML files. So I try to keep them separate so it wasn't one giant file. We actually broke it out. So this is creating the permissions, obviously. This guy's creating the site. This is creating the operator. Here's the fixlets that are going into the master operator site. These fixlets are going into the new site we created for the catch patch up. Here's our custom setting and our analysis. So we did break it out. So if you did want to make changes, you could do it in these XML files, and you could rerun that script and it would recreate the solution. So at this point, we now have actually a working catch patch up site. We have the capabilities, as I said, to run this according to the videos we had. We also have a Word document, README document, if you will, of how to get yourself up and running at this point. But this takes the complexity of trying to create a catch patch up site yourself and making mistakes. You simply can run our script and it is ready to go.